A little note on repetition here. It's good to introduce babies to new, varied stimuli or environments and places. I mean, babies get fascinated looking at the different colours of leaves. But it's important to understand the role of repetition as well, especially as baby gets slightly older. An easy way to understand this is think how many 3-year-olds do you know that when they go to bed at night say, right, I want new stories, new characters, surprise plots and twists. No, they don't. The average 3 and 4-year-old wants you to read the exact same 3 stories you read last night, and they want them in exactly the same order, and they will know if you miss a word, let alone an entire page, because they're incredibly focused on repetition, because babies know what they need, and their brain needs that repetition. When you learn something new in the brain, you establish a new neural pathway, but you can't keep every possible established neural pathway that you make. If I told you I had lamb chops for tea last night, you've now got a pathway that tells you that. Do you really think you're going to know that in 10 years' time? You really think you're going to know that next week? No, because the brain can't possibly keep all of those connections. Your head would have to be the size of a room. So the brain works out and keeps what has been repeated. It's a process called myelination. You don't really need to understand the biology behind it, just to understand that repetition is very important to the child's learning. They need to establish a pathway and then consolidate that knowledge. So they will learn something new and then they'll want to do it over and over and over again. And that doing it over and over again is very good for their learning. So if you can possibly persist when the child wants to sing their waiata for the 10th time in a row, see if you can pull it out to sing it one more time, because the more times you can facilitate that repetition, the faster their learning will go. They don't constantly need new stimuli, they need a chance to practice those things over and over and over again. So embrace the repetition, whānau.